All right, guys, I want to talk about these tools that I picked up from Strapcode, and they're actually made by Miltat. So the two kits I picked up are the 5-piece screwdriver kit and the 3-piece link punch kit. So they're just heavier duty punches. So to keep this short, like, the tools are fine, but for what you're going to pay, I think you'd be better off just going over to Esslinger and picking up the kit of the Bergeon. And then there's even some off-brand or like pretty inexpensive pin punches. So I still think, there's probably some high quality pin punches out there. Maybe these are it. But I think your just selection of tools over at Esslinger is going to be much larger. And there's going to be something over there that is going to meet your price point. I think it's nice to have these alternative options. And these are fine. These are nice. But these are $60, whereas for a full kit of the ergonomic Bergeon screwdrivers, no extra tips. Neither one of them came with extra tips. But the 5-piece kit, and the sizes are close to the same, is $10 more. It's $70. So if you're gonna invest in tools for your watches, spend the extra $10 and get the Bergeon. That's just my opinion on that. But let's talk about the Strapcode ones, and maybe they will work for you. They are cool, I'll give you that, because it also comes with a base, whereas the Bergeon doesn't. So if that matters to you, I think it's kind of cool. These are anodized aluminum, and then they have ball bearing, which if I zoom in, you can actually see them. There's ball bearing in here. Yeah, you can kind of see them in there. There you go. I think you can see them. So it's not necessary to have ball bearings in there. So it doesn't really matter to me on that. They do make more noise. I'm sure you can hear that, but that's just the ball bearings doing work. Whereas with the Bergeon, you're going to be doing slow spins on these. This is actually smoother, and there's no bearing. It's just a resin to I believe, aluminum shaft here. So, and it is very easy to spin freely, and it's silent, and it glides possibly even better than the ball bearing ones. So it's interesting, or it's cool that they went through the task of doing that, but it's not really necessary. The other thing, I guess, if I'm going to just do a comparison, and it's hard to read, but it will say, again, if we zoom in, zoom in, it has the size of the screwdriver blade on the Bergeon, whereas on, I don't see it anywhere. Let me see if I can focus here. I don't see it anywhere written on the Miltat ones. I don't see it written anywhere. They're color coded, but color doesn't tell me size unless you write that down or commit it to memory or something like that. They still color code the Bergeons as well, but they actually put the size of the screwdriver on there. Now, does the size of the screwdriver matter to you? No, not really, because you're just, you're going to go and you're going to look at your pins here, and you're going to go find the one that fits the best. And don't focus too much on the size necessarily, so much as focus on which one actually fits. Like, there's a little bit of wobble on that one. A little bit of wobble is okay, but ideally you want to have the blade fill the space before it bottoms out. So in this case, I'd probably end up having to do like a little bit of wobble, whereas, let's see if I can, yeah, even this one wobbles a little bit. So it might be difficult to find unless you have a larger kit of screwdrivers to find one that fits that perfect. So in, every bracelet, the more watches you get, every bracelet's going to be potentially a little bit different, whereas that one's got a little bit of wobble, but not bad. So, they're nice, sharp still. They do work really well, and, you just, you'll develop a technique, and you'll be able to get it down pat. Not sure what the the spot in the middle is for. I'm not sure what I could put in there. So I like them. They're fine. You know, I saved $10 over the Bergeon, but to be honest, the Bergeon is, I feel like, just better. I like the textured part and the center part. These are the Ergo ones, and then I like how smooth and silent the cap is. So the choice is going to be yours. Now with the pin punches here, oh, and the screwdriver sizes, by the way. So the set of 5 for the Strapcode Miltat one is a 1.0, a 1.2, a 1.4, 1.6, and a 1.8. Whereas the Bergeon 5-piece kit is going to go 0.8, which you're almost never going to use unless you're working on the inside of the watch. And then a 1.0, you might find a watch strap or bracelet that needs that. A 1.2, which is extremely common, 1.4 also extremely common, and a 1.6. So the Esslinger Bergeon kit probably is more suited size-wise too. There's not a whole lot of bracelets that I've dealt with a 1.8. So they, on the scale of size that they both come in, they're one end of the spectrum to the other. Now with the punches here, this kit also comes with extra pins, and I've been known to mess up the pins sometimes. So you just unscrew it and you can swap it out. Again, they're not labeled on what size is which, but again, you're also going to just probably go by with which one fits for your application. Like this one's really sloppy in there, so you're going to want to go to the larger one, and that one should work. And you got to be cognizant of if it's pin and collar, because you're going to potentially go through a collar in there as well. So you're going to want to be close to the same size as the pin. But these are a little bit heavier duty, and you can hold them a little bit better. You know, when you get your bracelet in your block, then you can, you know, have some control here and really steady it, and then give it a tap with your brass or polymer hammer, you know, and work on it that way. So decent pin punch kit, but there are some options at Esslinger as well for less money. Now, the other option that I would consider for doing pins being pushed out are these, which I've reviewed these in the past. This was also picked up from Esslinger. So another good option. You can hold your bracelet in there, you can set it up, and then you don't have to worry about messing up your pin as much with this, is because it's locked into its level orientation. So this kit here might make more sense. It takes out some human error of bending your tool and stuff. So I've had good luck with that, but ultimately I really prefer this one. Now these are a lot more money, but you have to decide if you're doing a lot of pin and collar, this one is perfect. This one makes a lot of sense. You might even opt for, I'm not a huge fan of these ones, but you can get these dialed in and work on them. But these will flex and stuff if you have to do a lot of string. They make metal ones. This one's going to be a little bit better as far as control, but it all just depends on what your budget is and how comfortable you are with sizing bracelets, or if you want to take control of that rather than taking your watches and your bracelets into the watchmaker. You can do it yourself. I mean, you can tape them up, you can protect them so you don't scratch them. There's a lot of different options you can do, but first step is buy decent tools. You don't have to buy the best tools, but buy decent tools. That'll get you on the right path. Hopefully this was helpful. If not, I apologize for wasting your time. If you have any questions, shout off down in the comments, and I can talk more about tools if you want, and I can demonstrate if you want, but there's already a bunch of videos out there, and it's pretty, I don't know. To me, it's pretty straightforward, but maybe it isn't to you. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.